Good morning. Let's get outside. Good morning. It's a little misty out this morning, but we're out here. Let's see how long this rain holds off. Are you up? Have you been up? It feels good. There's a little breeze out. Feels good. There's a little mist out. Feels good. Your boy Biggie. Was you surprised? Did I pop up on you too fast? What's up, Biggie? What's up, your boy? You ain't scared, is you? You ain't walking around scared, is you, Biggie? Yeah. What's up? Yeah, man. I gotta keep this orange shirt on so people can see me out here in the morning. Don't scare me like that. It's early, Biggie. My bad. You must have came in when the camera was just looking at nothing. I ain't trying to scare you this morning. But where you checking in from, Biggie? What time is it? Let me see. Nope, not gonna do that. Hey everyone, happy Friday. Happy Friday indeed. Okay. Francesco, welcome in. Oh, you're out here on the walk. Pray for your friend. The chat be having me weary. Pray for your friend for what? If you heard that scream, shout in your mind. It's 8:34. Biggie. Oh, 3:34. All right. Where you at? Texas? Chris, good morning. Hello, hello, hello. What's up, y'all? Thanks for checking in. Biggie, Alabama. All right. I like cat. Taking over the shooting star. Japan, welcome in. Oh, okay, wait a minute. You from Japan, Russia, and China all at the same time, Jacob? Am I ghost hunting? No. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, from Mars. All right, welcome in, Jacob. F4, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for being here, F4. I'm in D.C. I mean, I was born and raised in D.C. Right now. We're living in Maryland. What's going on? Dakota Manning, you. F4, I'm 30. 30 years old. You will grow up to be. That's funny. Well, you still got time. You still got time. And so I'm a few years ahead of you. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome in. How y'all doing this morning? Thanks for stopping in the chat. All right, let's get to the top of this hill. Hold on, guys. Oh, camera turned around on me. Yo, camera flipped around. 30, hey, what time? It is 4:37. 4:37. Is that supposed to be monkey? I guess you're from the Philippines. It's monkey, not manky. Somebody call the police. Why? So am I. If you're not back, do not say that. Brought a heist. So we'll call 911. Man, y'all, I got y'all out here with me, and y'all reporting me? Good morning. 30 Leak. Kinston. Who's that? Matt? Ahmad, you okay, bro? I'm trying to be, yo. Told y'all it's a little misty out this morning. Not really drizzling, but it's helping with the temperature, so. But I start the day. Running up to the top of this hill. Whoa. All right. We made it, people. It's a hill, man. Y'all think I'm playing games. I ain't playing no games. There's a hill behind me. What y'all think? Oh, Jesus. Thanks for running with me. We made it. We ain't gonna die this morning. Orange shirt. Orange shirt looks sus. Ran off on the plug for 345. Oh, that's wow. Good morning. Good morning, life lovers, peacemakers. And as always, hello to the haters. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Let's check out this hilltop. My view before we see the blue. What's happening? Good to see everybody this morning. Welcome in. Hey guys, as you come in, please hit that like, subscribe this morning. Cat from Neptune. Bro, someone behind you, don't worry about him. He's just tired. Chill, y'all. What is that? 98 Loco. Stupid people with insecurities. Talking about a grown ass man being sus for exercise. Yo, that's the world we live in today. Let me get you back around here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Only once your fitness is up is when it's fun. It is Diddy behind you. Hey everyone, good morning. We have Kinston, Josvial, Adjudicator, Jackson. Thank you, F4. I want to get fit enough with running to the point where I can enjoy it too. Hey man, that's what's up, F4. You 30, man, get out there. Listen, you know what I say? I say we don't have to try to do anything, we just have to do it, right? So you get out there, you start doing it. Once you start doing it, you're doing it. So you're no longer trying to get fit enough to run. You're just running, right? And then at some point, it's gonna become enjoyable. Here's what's crazy, is this the most benefit to you when it's not? But on the way there, it's pretty cool too. How's everybody doing this morning? Everybody answer that poll question. What's your biggest regret in life? Y'all see that poll when you come in. Hey guys, thank you very much for being here. Make sure when you check in, you drop down below where you checking in from, what time it is where you are. Good to see you this morning. All right. It says, Hector, feeling good. Is Mexican food healthy? Mendoza, come on, man. Come on. You know Mexican food is good. All food can be healthy. It just depends on how much of it we prepare to stuff in our face every day. F4, man, I had a lack of proper guidance growing up. So now I make it up for it by consuming healthier, more beneficial content. That's what's up. Listen, like you just said, you want to be like me when you grow up. That means we're all still growing up, man. We're all still living. We're all still learning. 442, that's on this East Coast with me. Come on, Mendoza. That's from Troy. And who do we have in there? King. Thanks for being here, guys. Wow. Okay, who is that? Alex 666. I see you, bro. Do a backflip. Don't have that one in me this morning, people. But thank you. Also, guys, as you drop in, let me know where you're checking in from, what time it is. Hey, stop, hater. Haters is everywhere, man. Listen, welcome to the morning, people. As you know, my name is Oloropo Bird. You know what I do out here in the morning? I do this walk, I do this talk. We get started with our day. We understand where we're going. We figure out the best way to get there. Here's the main thing I want to tell you this morning. I'm getting straight to the point. I usually hold the point to the end. I usually try to hold around and wait on it, guys. As you come in, I'm gonna let you know right now, don't regret, people, replace. Don't regret decisions, don't regret actions, don't regret behaviors, don't regret things from the past. If you can identify them and you have any feeling of regret, like you did the wrong thing, don't regret it, replace it. And I'm not talking about replacing people, I'm talking about replacing the behavior. I'm talking about replacing the moment, replacing the action, replacing those things that led you to that point and that may lead you there again. Don't regret, people, replace. You wanna know why? Replacing is healthy. It's what F4 just said. Hey, growing up, I didn't have the best guidance. I didn't have the best group of people around me. I didn't have the best understanding. And so now I am replacing that with better information, better guidance, more people that care, more caring content. That's how we grow in life. We can't live in regret. Regret will hold us in one place. Regret will keep us grounded and stuck in one specific location. However, replacing is something that we grow into because there has to be something. You can't replace something with nothing, right? So you can't replace a bad relationship with no relationship. It's impossible. You have to replace it with something, even if that's a relationship with yourself, even if that's a relationship with getting to know you better, getting to understand you and work on you more, getting to focus more on helping you achieve your goals. We cannot replace something with nothing because that detracts from us, that destroys us, that doesn't build us, people. Do not regret, replace. What are we doing this morning is what we do every day. Where there is no challenge, there is no change. Where there is no change, there is no growth. Which means conversely, where there is growth, there is change. And where there is change, there is challenge. And when there is challenge, we must face it and keep growing. So let's keep doing that this morning, people. Welcome in, everyone. Please, if you appreciate the conversation so far, cost you nothing. Drop a thumbs up, guys. Doesn't cost you any money, doesn't cost you anything. Just a thumbs up in the chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Who do we got? Hank Jr. said, why are you mad, OG? I'm not mad, brother. I'm blessed. I know it may sound like that sometimes, but I'm not mad. Joseph, how you doing today? I'm doing great. Thank you very much. Thank you, JB2. XF. Oh, man, I don't know. It depends on what the question is, XF. But I'm here to answer questions and talk. Hank, my dude is fighting with his lady or something. He mad. Nah, I'm telling you, blessed life. I'm not mad. I'm out here every morning. All right, let me see. What do we have? Kinston. Wait a minute. Do you live in my city? Because I recognize those. I probably do. Come on out here, man. Wherever you at in Maryland, man, come on outside. See if you can hear me. I'm walking too. Maybe we can meet up. Maybe we can. Let me know what the next intersection is. I might turn in that direction. Church is on. Listen to this, man. Godfrey Bates, thank you. Tito, go to sleep, Brody. That man can't sleep too much. Ty says, gotta love God's grace. God, let me see, Hank says, good. I'm glad you're not mad. I like the energy. Thank you very much, Hank. XF, that's the question you had, yeah. Yeah, I've learned, dude. I've been on here long enough now. I tell you what, when I first started, when somebody says, can I ask you a question? I'm like, nah, they playing games. So yeah, keep bouncing, XF, man. That's not even a question. That's not even a thing. I don't even know how to respond to haters like that. Samuel said, burn them calories. I'm working on it. Gojo, where you from, bro? Born and raised in D.C. Born in D.C., raised on the East Coast. Air. Trinity said it's my birthday. Bless you on your birthday. Alabama, behind you. I keep telling y'all I gotta run from that. There's nothing behind you. Just trying to trick you. Okay, thank you for letting me know. It's a joke. I'm relaxing, man. Let me see. Trolls trolling. They do that. But I appreciate everyone participating in the chat this morning. So, hey guys, look, like I was saying before, let me know if you took the survey. And then there's going to be a couple of questions about, hey, what areas, like, what's the areas do you have your biggest regret? And in any of those areas, it's crazy because if there's any regret at all, it turns into an opportunity for us, man. Turns into an opportunity to grow, for us to be more, for us to be bigger, for us to learn, and then for us to make decisions and use discipline in our life to change who we are, where we are, what we do. So it's great to have you guys here this morning. I appreciate you being here. We're out here for this walk. It's a little overcast. Let's see if the sun makes it up before we're finished with this exercise this morning. Family is my regret. Talk to me, Zamir. So, talk to me, Flowers. How's family your regret? Is it cold or hot in America? Right now, it's pretty warm. It is summertime indeed. Elise, wow, look at the sky. What is that? Same thing it always is, it's the sky. What I got going on this morning, tonight, brother, just this growth as always. Consistency is my biggest problem. We can always talk about consistency. Welcome back, Simple Chris. Simple Chris, it seems like I'm uncomfortable with being consistent. Well, consistency is a plan, right? Are you showing repetition is the first thing. But let me see. Flower says, because I got scammed by a baby mama. Well, nah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I need more details than that. That's kind of vague. Here's why I say that. F4 what says, I can work to be that too. Simple Chris. Right, consistency is important, guys. I want to let you know consistency starts with repetition. Don't press yourself too hard at first. Consistency is similar to repetition, but the difference between the two is that consistency requires a plan with the expectation of performance in order to see growth, where repetition is just getting up and doing it. I think that's the first thing we have to work on. This is why so many of us have struggles in that space, is because we start to look for the consistency and the improvement in the performance before we work on establishing the repetition, which is just getting up and going to do it, right? So before we can really start to grade something that we're doing or we're working on, we have to first make sure that we're doing it on a repeated level. That's the first thing, right? And I think it's confusing because everyone immediately jumps to consistency, and we don't want to jump to consistency. We just want to set an interval to be able to be repetitious with it. And that's the first thing. Can I just get up? Can I just show up to this thing? So it's not a matter of developing consistency until we develop repetition, right? And so that's why if you get a job, one of the first things they want to know is if you're going to show up on time. Because a job, so working in leadership in a lot of different places, one of the first things that I always share with people is, hey, your performance when you get here is wonderful, right? But we don't know when you're going to be here. We don't know what time you're going to be here. So you can have a wonderful performance, but if you can't be here on time, I can't count on you. So whatever level of performance you have doesn't really matter, because I don't know when I'm going to have it and when I'm not. So the biggest thing, more than how well you perform, is are you here to perform on a regular basis? Do you make it in to perform when you're supposed to? So that's going to be a big thing. Flower says she got pregnant 3 weeks and was blaming me for abuse when I don't put hands on women. Are you a sports instructor, fitness instructor, and personal trainer for a long time? Okay, I'm gonna check out behind me, man. All right, nothing much. I'm finna stay. Okay, Kingston, thanks for that. No problem with the advice. So here's the thing. That's a very specific situation, man. Here's what you have to do. One, don't regret that, right? It doesn't sound like there's any regret. You regret the situation, but Flowers, I'm not hearing anything in terms of your own behaviors to regret. Now, what you do have to do is understand you have to make a plan, and you have to choose a path, and you have to live with it. When it comes to relationships are sticky. Hey guys, relationships are going to be the biggest area where things are going to get sticky, because emotions are destinations. Happiness and sadness are destinations. There are places where you are, places where you're traveling to. The crazy thing about that is we don't want to let those emotions drive us. We want to let those emotions direct us. The killer thing about relationships is that when we're in a relationship, we can see both happiness or hurt or sadness in that relationship. And in finding that space or finding that good space doesn't always mean having to leave the relationship. So without having more details, man, Flowers, that sounds like a really tough situation. You want to always protect yourself, but it always boils down to the same thing. You have to look at yourself. You have to see what decisions are yours and what actions you're going to take for your level of happiness, for your degree of guidance and growth for yourself. And I know it sounds easy. I'm over here talking about it like, yo, just take a little time, sit down to yourself, you know, just go over what's important, make a list of pros and cons, choose the list that's going to benefit you the best, and follow that path. It's not that easy, people. It is not that easy. Let me tell you, for somebody who's been there, that's one of those things you got to go through to know. You know what I'm saying? So it's not super easy. It sounds like it might be painful for you right now. But the best advice I could give you is to make decisions as you always do. And that's to make decisions based off of where you want to go, and find out if the person who you're seeking to go there with is as interested in making that trip with you as you are with making that trip with them. You know what I'm saying? And there has to be that thing. There's got to be that, because there's that thing that you guys got to work out, right? So again, don't regret, replace, right? Because at some point there were some things, there were some conversations or something that happened that you were a part of. Don't regret, replace. What's going on? We got Goo Stone. They just ran left to right. I don't know what that's about. I must have missed something. Limping a little bit, man. I'm working on some body dexterity for myself. I don't want you to have a stroke. Please calm down. Okay, happy. No stroke. I won't stroke out. Voice crack. It happens in the morning sometimes. What's up? Kidster says, they're saying people's following you, but I've been looking the whole time. No one's been following you. Yo, I'm hoping people are following me on here. So if you guys see somebody following me, keep an eye out. I might have to run again. It's dark out here, man. It's dark out here. Plus these streets can be challenging. So again, guys, thank you so much for being here this morning. My name's Oloropo. Please let me know where you're checking in from, what time it is where you're checking in. And as always, you get an opportunity, guys. It costs you nothing. If you enjoy a moment, a second of it, drop a thumbs up. It'll be good to see. So guys, what are we saying about replace versus regret? We're looking at everything that we're doing, man. We're looking at this life. I got a lot of moments in my life. I have 52 years on this planet. There's a lot of moments in my life where I can look back on and I can ask myself about the decisions that I made and the things that I did, the actions that I took that led up to me being where I was at that moment. And I can ask myself, what do I have to do to ensure that this moment, there was a challenge for me, this thing that I went through, that I don't go through it again. I got to learn to replace, right? I have to learn to replace those behaviors. I have to learn to replace that mindset. As F. Forbes said earlier, it's like, I got to learn to get better people around me, get better information in front of me, get better behaviors, get better structure, get a better understanding of who I am and what it is I'm trying to accomplish, so that I'm not just walking around doing things, but I'm living with purpose and I'm taking action. Those things are going to be important for us. Those things are going to be the drivers, are going to be versus letting our emotions be the driver, where whatever we feel like, we just go down that path. Let's see what this looks like down here. Right, so let me see. Yusef Gaming. Welcome in from India, Yusef. It's almost like you sound my head. I appreciate us being able to share the thoughts. I'm gonna start running tomorrow. What's that? Is that Lucky T? All right, Lucky T. What time is it where you're at right now, Lucky T? How do you discover your purpose? All right, how do you discover your purpose? That's a good question. I like that. Here for the motivation. 100%, always. I'm from Wales. Welcome in, Wales. Thank you. Hush. You are from Washington, D.C., United States of America. What's up? What's going on, everyone? What's that, Danny? Welcome in, Danny. Thank you for being here. I'll be on your live tomorrow. Thank you very much for coming back, Kay. Hard to see some of these names. It's misty, but welcome in this morning. It's misty and it's kind of fogging my glasses up. So how do you find your purpose? Your purpose is where you are sure, right? It takes time to find your purpose, but your purpose starts with first understanding your principles. What principles do you live by? Which means they won't be compromised, right? And then your purpose is the goal for your life. Now, we don't want to confuse our purpose with what we do. So a lot of people think that their purpose is the specific work they do, and it's not. My purpose is to build a legacy and a future for my children that provides them with stability, peace, comfort, and the ability to have freedom, right? So that's my purpose. Now, when I'm living within my purpose, I make decisions on a daily basis that go towards my own life, that go towards my children's life, that goes towards my wife's life and our life together. We have to make those decisions on a regular basis, but my purpose is future-based. So the best way to understand your purpose is to first understand your principles and then understand your calling. Understand what it is you specifically are designed to do. Now, to find it, I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's not one of these sit down and woo-saw moments, you find it by going out and doing things. And you'll find that things that you do will resonate with you, right? Certain things you do will resonate with you. And it's, again, a lot of stuff's easy to say. It's easy for me to say right now, if you're on a job and you don't like it, to leave that job. That's easy for people to say, but you still have bills to pay. You still have a life to live. You still have things to do. So finding your purpose is really about finding yourself. So it's not about necessarily the work that you do, but it's about the area where you find reward, where you find value. There will be things in life that touch you, and they'll call you, and they'll give you a sense of purpose, a sense of being. Those things are going to be a part of your purpose. Now, before I can say specifically, because I'm not one of these people who is a believer that, oh, your purpose will jump out at you, and like your purpose has always been a part of you, because again, your purpose is not necessarily the thing you do, right? So we don't want to confuse those things. The purpose is the thing that you bring, the thing that you add, the thing that you leave behind. That's purpose. Whereas the things that you do are the things you do, right? So for the sake of this conversation, let's say you have your purpose, and then let's say you have your calling, right? Now, when we look at some of the biggest artists in the world who are out there, their calling may be acting, or their calling may be singing, or their calling may be sports, but their purpose, right? Their purpose would be something bigger. What is your purpose? Your purpose is what you give to the world. It's what you give back. Now, the reason that's important is because when we're driven by purpose versus by need or greed, it allows for us to be wealthy in a space where others may not see wealth, because wealth is determinative of who we are and where we are. And so different people see different things as wealthy. For example, I see the ability to be able to get up, go take a walk, knowing that my children and my wife are comfortable and cared for inside my house, and being able to return and spend my life and my day growing with them as a way of being wealthy. I look at that as wealth, right? I look at that as having a tremendous value to me. So that is wealth for me. So when I'm looking at that, it's different from what other people may see, and my purpose is different. But purpose is driven by what you leave behind, what you build, what you leave behind, not by necessarily what you do. All right, guys, let me see. My glasses, I can't see these words without my glasses, and my glasses, y'all see me look, big eyes trying to read. I can't read that without that. So we have Bobby of the night says, yap, final boss. I am the final boss, dude. You've made it to the right place. Stick around. You will be amazing at the second level of this round. Kenya Thompson. Look. All right, what do we have? Whew. Let's see, everyone. Thank you for being here, guys. So purpose is a big deal. Nice job. Nice, good job, Papa. Bobby, okay, now what? What, now that my glasses are clean? Now I'm gonna read some of these chats. Thompson, Kester says, for someone's chasing you, I swear to God. I keep stopping, I'm trying to let them catch me so they can join the stream and we can talk about it. Is that club? Free Palestine from the river to the sea. Okay, put your chat out there, man. Do your thing, get your word out. Let me see, cover the camera with your hand. I did one of those last night. Bro, I saw someone walking behind you. I didn't know if he was chasing you or going the same way as you. I'm not tripping. Don't trip, B. Don't trip, it's all good. I keep telling y'all I'm blessed. I'm not worried about it. Thank you. You answered a question I had asked recently in prayer. I'm glad I was able to answer that for you. All right, Rebecca, hi from Australia. Hello, Rebecca. Daniel, Ninja Boo. Who is that? Let me see. Left Hand Puppetry. Great stream. Thank you very much, Left Hand. All right, everyone, I gotta stop the walk. Mute the Muppet. I try not to mute anyone, guys. Here's the reason why. I don't see him anymore. All right, good. I'm glad we don't see him anymore. Let me know if he pops back up. I try not to mute anyone. The reason I try not to mute anyone, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. We all have a life that we're living, right? Everyone talks about, hey, I wanna be free. I wanna do whatever I wanna do. Like, I'm not gonna come on here and mute anyone, but also I'm not gonna engage in the conversation like it's my conversation, right? I made the choice to open this up and to get on this live stream and allow people to come in and to share and be a part of it. And I'm choosing myself to share and speak to other people. And I feel like if you have something that you want to shout at the top of your lungs, shout it. I mean, you want to go to the bus stop and hold up a placard and scream it out, do that. I have a tendency not to mute people for that reason. The other reason I really don't mute people, one, I'm on here live. I've just recently learned, and I don't know how to do it, but I've recently learned that there are people who come on here who are not live. Like, somehow they figure out a way to fake a live, and then they schedule a live, and then they put something up, and what they put up is not about being, it's not happening in that moment, and they're just trying to get watch time. And so I'm not one of those people. I'm an actual person. I'm actually here live. I also understand that if you're gonna keep spamming the chat, the benefit for me is it's growing my channel, right? Now, the way it grows is YouTube is gonna look at it and say, hey, there's a lot of conversation going on in the channel. There's a lot of conversation going on in the chat. And then they'll say, hey, let's send more people in because he's engaging. He has people talking. He has people who are interested in sharing. And so once you start to spam the chat, whether you're doing it out of love or you're doing it out of hate, you are a contributor to the algorithm for me, and it helps me grow. And so if your intent is to help me grow, then you can continue to help me grow. Now, most people, I give time to get their words out and say what they have to say. And then it gets to a point where it's like, okay, we get it. You said what you had to say. We're not going to address it, and you get the opportunity to move on. And then some people just don't get the point, and eventually you have to mute them or you have to block them. But for the most part, people, I continue to drop blessings. I continue to share information that's designed to be beneficial for everyone. And I'm hoping everybody's getting the opportunity to enjoy it this morning. And I thank everybody who is in the chat and who is sharing for being here and doing so. Who is that? Is that Henry? Good morning, Henry. Dude, let me wipe these glasses again. Ryan, good morning, bro. Good to see you. Rebecca, welcome in, Rebecca. How you doing? All right, club, there you go, man. You've done enough, man. You've done enough. You're gonna get yourself hid, man. I get it. You wanted to say what you said it 1,000 times. I'm glad to see you from Indonesia, but we don't need to hear your voice no more. You gotta go. Chris Vick, go Trump. All right, you wanna share more about that than that? Life on Two Wheels, Boston, Massachusetts. Morning, good morning, Life. Yes, man, I give him time. I let him work through it. Like, I get it. You wanna spam it, you do your thing. But at some point, have something to say, right? So that's a big thing. That's what I mean when I say, don't regret, replace, right? So we don't have to regret the time that we spend doing things. We just have to replace the behaviors to see that these things don't continue to be strikes against us or continue to be pain in our life or continue to bring us unwanted emotions or feelings. That's how we all have to live, because I tell you the biggest regret, if there's a regret to have, people, if there's a regret that you should have, your regret should be trying to control or change other people. No one needs you to change them. Everyone has to understand that the life that they choose, the direction they choose, and the path they choose is for them. It's on them. We can be there. We can advise. We can share. I don't recommend criticize, but what we can do is we can be there for them. And then a person has to make a decision whether they want to change or they don't. If you do want to change, take the action. Change. If you don't want to change, then you're probably not going to. And there's nothing that I can do to change you, right? There's nothing that I can do to make you be anything other than you want to be. And again, here's what sucks about it is it's on them to live with whatever decisions they make. Don't regret, replace. It's really important, guys. Very important to understand that. It's 4:11 in Milwaukee, 5:11 here on the East Coast. Big ups if we're trying to make upwards growth. Always big up for growing. What do I always say, guys? Where there is no challenge, there is no change. Where there is no change, there is no growth. Conversely, where there is growth, there is change. And where there is change, there is challenge. So we must be prepared to meet the challenge in order to grow. Let me see. This says, Curtis, sometimes stuff happens you can't control. Most things happen you can't control. But I'll tell you what, Curtis, let me know if you're still here, because I like that. Rebecca, what's your question? Ryan, Curtis, you can control how you react to stuff. Dead on. You hit it on the head, right? The one thing we can't control is ourselves, right? We can't even control the emotions we feel when something happens. Like, people are like, control your emotions. You can't control your emotions. Your emotions are your emotions, right? But what we can control is how we respond to them, how we react to them. We can't control everything, but we can control us. But we can only control us if we know us. Give me a second. Curtis, if you're still here, I'm gonna spend some time. I do wanna talk about this because this is something that I wholeheartedly have a belief in and a vision about. And I believe I have an understanding. Because we cannot control everything, and because we're aware that we cannot control everything, we must completely control everything that's under our control. And the primary thing that is going to be under our control is going to be us and our behaviors, our decisions, our actions. These are the things that we're going to be able to control. So if I can control my behavior, if I can control how I react to people, when I demonstrate control over myself, I take control over so many other things in the world. Because when I can control myself, I can control others. Not that that's the goal, but when you can control yourself, for example, if you can control how you respond to someone who is intentionally trying to provoke you, and this is one of the biggest areas where people need control, when you learn to control those things, you're now able to remove from your life the pain, the anguish, the argument, the conflict, all of those things that those people usually want to bring into your life, right? And the way you control it is you let them know that the actions, the words, the things that they do and say, they don't have any power over you. That's why purpose is important. Principles let you know these are the things that I will not compromise on. This is what principles are. Principles are those set of things that you choose to do and how you choose to act and behave that are non-negotiable. These aren't things that I'm going to talk about changing. These are things that are not a part of, oh, I might do this, I might do that, right? These are things that are just who I am. This is a part of who I am. This is my makeup. It's not going to change. Don't worry about it. You don't have to ask about it. It's for real, right? So these are my principles. And then when I have my purpose and I know who I am and what I'm bringing to the world and what I'm looking to leave behind, then that's something that won't be compromised either because I know what I'm working on. I know what I'm doing. And so now when we get to the point where we have these two things aligned, we're strengthened by our principles and our purpose. We no longer have this same concern about what we're going to do or who we're going to be, right? Which means we can take control over those who try to tell us that something we're doing isn't right, or that we're not being who we should be in their life, or we're not being who we should be for our life, or they don't see the vision, so they don't approve of it. We don't have anything to prove. That's why it's important to control what we can definitely control, which is ourselves. We have to take that on, right? Self-awareness and self-accountability are the two biggest parts of being able to be disciplined. F4, age plus experience equals wisdom. Age plus experience, definitely experience plus understanding. So we're going to give you the age. Age is just time. But experience and understanding gives you wisdom. Because there's a lot of people who have experiences and they choose not to understand them, which is why they repeat those experiences even as they get older, right? So the biggest thing is once you have wisdom, you have to choose to implement it. Wisdom is like a weapon. You can have all the experience and understanding that you want to have, and you can amass as much knowledge as you want to. If you don't choose to implement them, if you don't choose to put them into action, then they don't serve a purpose for you. That's why they say ignorance is bliss, because when you know better, you should do better. But not everyone does better when they know better. And then what does that create for them? It creates more regret. This takes us right back to the beginning, guys. If as F4 says, age plus experience equals wisdom, the wiser you become, the better understanding and knowledge you should have. If you're having more understanding and more knowledge and you're becoming wiser and you continue to repeat the same behaviors, it's going to present to you more regret. And we don't want to regret. We want to replace. How do we replace? By becoming more wise and making better decisions and having better behaviors. It's right on there. Let me see. F4. Want to be cool? Listen to this man. Thank you, F4. My pops just came back from Minnesota. I'm not sure if I'm keeping up with everything in the chat. Bro's back home. Welcome home, Pops. Shake, not a lot, bro. I'm not sure what that was for, Ryan. They repeat the experiences so you can learn more by each time. Yeah, I don't know if that's how that works. You got to give me a better understanding of that. See, now somebody walked right up on me. Where you at? Kister, you was supposed to be telling me there's somebody behind me. He walked right up on me and right past me, and you ain't say nothing. What's going on, Trip? Man, all morning you've been telling me, yo, it's somebody behind you, and then the moment there's actually somebody behind me, you ain't say a word. And let me see, who's that? Bro, where the next, I don't know where that's gonna be at. Let me see, Yeet. Appreciate you, Unc. Gotta take pain meds and crash out. All right, man, you do what you need to do, Razor. Talking to Jimmy. Jimmy. All right, Jimmy, I guess you're rapping. I wasn't paying attention. Brian, you wasn't paying attention. Adoption over procreation. All right, Final Destination. Not sure what you're trying to say there either. It was a dog. Man, listen. Yeah, listen, bro. Y'all supposed to be having my back. Y'all told me it's getting light out and everything. And the whole chat, y'all been saying, man, watch out behind you, look behind you. I say I ain't worried. The one time it's actually somebody behind me. Nobody said nothing. Like y'all were waiting for me to get knocked in the head, man. Don't let me get knocked in the head. It's 5:20 in the morning. So guys, thank you again for being here. I appreciate everyone stopping in. I'm hoping that we're enjoying the conversation. As always, guys, let me know where you're checking in from. Drop in what time it is, where you are. And if you have a second, if you enjoyed anything, if you had a laugh, if you enjoyed a conversation with someone else, if you enjoyed anything you read in the chat, doesn't cost you anything, go ahead and tap that thumbs up. Give me a quick like. I really appreciate it, guys. It goes a long way. As I said before, we're working towards monetization here on the channel, and we're trying to work towards getting this calling out, getting this positive message out, showing direction and guidance for those who are seeking it, because not everybody wants it, so that we can all learn to grow and to become more, right? We have to start at the beginning. I know earlier there were a couple of people who said that they were working on consistency, and I started speaking on repetition. I'm gonna check the chat for a few moments. Let me know if I answered your question about the difference between repetition and consistency, because I can continue to kind of speak to that point and see whether or not I cleared it up for you. I'm gonna read some of these chats. Final Destination. Women lives are super duper easy. Okay, looks like you might be having some women problems, Final Destination. Bless says Minneapolis, Minnesota. The light's in my eye. I gotta turn it down for a second to be able to read. All right, Minneapolis, Minnesota, North Side. Brian said California, 2:20 a.m. John Cena, all right? Maybe you're just a child, Final Destination. Someone's behind you. Now I'm looking, nobody's behind me now. You missed it, guys, you missed it. I don't even care anymore. Ryan Clifton, Culture Vulture. What's your handle? Name? Do you have a channel? Culture Vulture, I'm so glad I came across your channel. Thank you so much, Culture Vulture. I really appreciate that. Men, loneliness is real. Men are not allowed to show their emotional side in public. Curtis, spontaneous repetition or healthy stuff is my way to placebo positive effects. Right, so there is no such thing as spontaneous repetition, right? I guess what you're saying, Curtis, is that spontaneous repetition is spontaneous repetition is basically bad habits. So it's not spontaneous repetition. It's just the default behavior when you don't want to follow through on something. Repetition is, this is something that I need to do to go towards my development, right? And so if we're doing something that's designed to go towards our development and see us grow and see us move towards a specific direction, that repetition has to be directed at that thing, right? So if we want to eat better, we have to start to eat better. We just have to start to make better choices. Once we start it, we're doing it. And so now this is going to say, am I going to always eat the best meal available? No. Am I going to always miss out? Am I going to always avoid carry out? Probably not. It doesn't start that way, but that's consistency. Consistency is when we move into a space where we start to do that. But again, don't regret, replace. How do we make sure that we're not regretting and we're replacing? Is by making sure for repetition, if we're going into this and we're like, okay, I always start with a bad breakfast, or I always have these moments throughout the day where I eat something bad. We don't want to regret that. We need to replace that. So if we know there's this moment in the day when I do this, we have to set ourselves up for success. Replace that with something. I know I always go to this shop, I get a bag of chips, I get a donut and a soda. Boom, I'm bringing fruit to work with me. I'm bringing trail mix to work with me. I'm buying healthier snacks and I'm gonna have them on me so that I don't do that thing. I can't continue to regret it and just say I'm gonna stop doing it, because you still have that natural hunger that comes from the body. Don't regret, replace. That's how we build and become stronger. Final Destination is saying marriage sucks anyways. Stay child free, stay single, guys. Don't bring any innocent kids here in this cruel existence. Do you have children, Final Destination? Are you at your final destination? Dude, that seems very bleak. I don't know if you're a hurt man or a lost child, but at any rate, one of the things we want to do, hey, listen, Jimmy Peacock, I normally don't kick people off the channel. Like I said before, I created this space. It's a space where I allow for people to share and say what they want to say. You've spammed the chat a number of times, man. In a few moments, I'm gonna have to remove you because you're now preventing the others from within the chat from being able to participate in a way that is comfortable for both them and us. So, right? So it's cool. I appreciate you sharing. Let's just make sure that we're not overstepping our bounds. No problem, man. All right, Final Destination. I am the enlightened one. I only speak what? The naked truth as it is without any sugar coating. What are you, 12? Come on, Final Destination. Does anybody in the chat know Final Destination? Dude, how much experience do you have? Do you have children? Have you been with a woman? Do you know how to please yourself? Here's the thing, and this isn't an insult. This isn't an insult. This is not about trying to put you down, Final Destination. The question is, with anything that we do, because everything that I talk about on this channel coincides, it goes together. Everything that we talk about on the channel is about growth and development. Oh, you just wanted me to speak to you. Got you. Is that what it was? You just wanted me to address you so that you would have some say-so in the conversation? He's angry at himself. No, he just wanted to be talked to. Hey, Final Destination, how you doing? Good to see you this morning. How's life been treating you, man? What else you working on, Final? Tell me what else is going on with you. Clearly you're having problems with women and you don't want to have children. That's cool. I mean, everybody has problems with women from time to time. Even women have problems with women from time to time. The same way we have problems with ourselves. Are you the same crackpot everyone keeps talking about? I probably am. If everyone's talking about him, if everyone's talking about the same person, yeah, it's probably me. So look, guys, here's the thing. What do we know? One of the big things that we have to understand about ourselves and about our development is we have to understand when we are headed down a path that's a path we want to travel. Like this conversation with Final Destination. Throwing things in the chat. It's interesting because I talk quite often, and for those who have been here before, you know, I often talk about distractions. And I talk about people who don't want to see you do well and who can't do for themselves, who don't have the ability to build for themselves. And this is what trolls are made of. Trolls and haters are made of an energy that doesn't work for them. So versus trying to build their own, grow their own, and become their own, they look to destroy others. We have to avoid them. And the reason we have to avoid them is because they don't bring anything positive to our life. They don't bring anything good. They don't want to see us happy. They don't want to see us successful. They want to see you as sad as they are. So what happens is you have to learn to grow and move on and move forward. And as I said before, guys, you know I'm the first one to tell you I don't like to remove people from the chat. I don't like to mute people. I don't like to silence them, but because I believe people's voices are valid for them and that sometimes they need to be heard. What's going on, Rich? Welcome back, brother. Sometimes they need to be heard, but at the exact same time, sometimes people are just out there blabbing for the sake of blabbing. And in the case like here with Final Destination, as I said before, the part I do appreciate is even the haters help the algorithm. Even the haters, when they spam the chat, provide an opportunity for growth for me, which I understand it's asking, for those of you who are here for the content, I know it's asking a lot of you to say, hey, be patient, allow for the haters to wear themselves out, allow for them to expend all of their energy, because ultimately it's helping my channel, but it's also getting in the way of the message. And that's why sometimes I do end up muting them. But we're gonna go ahead and read some more of these chats. I got some things coming in. You guys can see that this mist and drizzle's picking up a little bit. Mike Tyson, I'm not Mike Tyson. Thank you very much for the compliment though. Jimmy Peacock, you saying bye-bye? Okay, bruh, take care, I'll check y'all later. Curtis, Louis C.K. is a creep. He's had his moments. We say, who's next? Where are you going, man? I'm on this walk, I go on it every morning, man. Thank you very much. I heard, all right, who's that? Vincent, man, Vincent, you dealing with a lot, man. We have Paul. Bro, you smart. I appreciate that, Paul. Thank you so much. Curtis, Mike T actually reformed his entire life. He did. Like, Mike went through a lot, man. Mike had to live through a lot. Mike had a lot of experiences. Like, I damn near grew up with Mike. I think if we could find a year, I can't remember the year Mike Tyson is born, but like we're really close in age. And so a lot of what his experiences were, we weren't from the same place or the same area, but we're from the same place and time. And a lot of the things that he experienced were experiences that a lot of young men, especially young black men, were having in the United States at that time. And then the challenges that he faced with being a child and being so powerful. And I don't mean knockout powerful. I don't mean the ability to hurt someone. I mean being so powerful with having a voice, without knowing your own, right? That's a major challenge that Mike Tyson had, is he had a voice. He was a voice before he was able to develop his own voice. I mean, we're talking about a 20-year-old kid just making millions of dollars from punching people in the face. And he even said it in one of his interviews. He was like, nah, man, if I wasn't a boxer, I would have been a gangster. I would have been a killer, because that was his instinct. And so there was so much of him outside of his physical being that needed to be nurtured that wasn't. Over time, he nurtured that, and he shared that he did that over his life, and it helped him grow. It helped him become stronger. That's a big thing for all of us, right? That's a big thing for all of us, to be able to identify the spaces in our life where we need to grow, where we need to become stronger, where we address those things and we see that growth, right? So again, guys, hey, name's Oloropo. For those of you who don't know my name's Oloropo Bird. This is BNV Finance Fixers. Thank you for being on the live this morning. I appreciate it. If you're new to the chat and you haven't had an opportunity to, please smash that thumbs up button. Give me a like if you appreciated or enjoyed any moment of it. If you appreciated the opportunity to share or to share with, thank you very much for that. And take a moment, get back on this chat. God loves women deeply. God loves us all. YXL Productions, put your hand on the screen for, just did that last night. I'm gonna hold off before that, do it again. Where you at, Olo? I'm on the East Coast, in Maryland. Good to meet you, Mr. Bird. Thank you very much. Paul, thank you. Razor, yes, that's why we're their protectors. Turn this light off so I can read the chat. Curtis, have a good day. My checkout, check out my music. Okay, Curtis, I'm gonna make sure I get an opportunity to go back, take a look at what you have on the channel. Everybody, say good morning to my wife. Say good morning to my wife, everyone. That's my life right there. All right, let me see. Raphael said hi, good morning, Raphael. And then who's next said, your tremendous energy, man. Thank you very much. Is that who's next? Yes, that's who's next. Thank you very much for that. El Commandant. Okay, thanks, bless. I'm asking out of curiosity, not out of street hostility. You're asking what? I think I missed your question. The ultimate red, I'm at your house. All right, man, we're giving at my house. Whatever you need, just let us know. We'll take care of you. MCU Phil. Okay, MCIJ Phil, how you doing, King? Good to see you. Welcome to the chat, Phil. And anyone else, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for being in here today. No, we won't. My wife says, don't be at the house. We ain't got nothing for you there. So you might get yourself, just so you know, I don't know if you guys have visited my wife's page. I don't know if y'all saw us at the range. My wife is serious. First time on my range, my wife said the first time she was shooting, I don't know, she was inside that bullseye frequently. So my wife is nice with the pop-pops. So anyway, what we're talking about this morning is regret versus replace, people. We want to make sure that in our life, we're not focusing on regretting, right? Our life isn't about the things we regret. It's about the behaviors and the actions that we replace based on where we need to be and on where we're going. So never worry about that, Ultimate Red. Razor, believe me, son. Ashley said, I hate you. All right, Ashley, good morning. Razor. All right, so, and then what's that? Mo Park said, you wake your people up, shut up. I'm only waking up people who need to be woke up. For the most part, though, I'm waking people up on here. So, as you can see, guys, I come on here 4:30 in the morning. I'm usually on here between 4:30 and 6. It is now 5:30. It's time for me to go ahead and start shutting this down. I do appreciate everyone being on here this morning. I appreciate your participation. It's good to have you here. As always, guys, please go over, check out the channel, see what's there, see if there's anything that you like, anything that connects with you. If you do, please join the movement, become a part of what we're doing as we go forward. And as always, I'm going to ask that you guys please like, subscribe, and share. There are 4 things. This is the biggest thing that I'll talk about, and this will be the foundation of everything that you get here from BNV Finance Fixers. Everything that I share with you. It's going to start with discipline. Discipline has 4 pillars. The 4 pillars of discipline, the first one we talked about today is repetition. You're going to follow repetition up with patience, understanding that it's not going to happen overnight. The third one is consistency. Consistency is where you build a plan that gives you specific expectations of your behaviors, and those behaviors are what will help you grow. The fourth one is going to be perseverance. Perseverance works on you. It's what makes you understand how you can grow and what you can do in your future. And that's going to be the way that you're able to do great things, guys. Before you go, if you haven't done so, please drop a thumbs up, drop a like in there, take a look at the channel, as I said before. And finally, guys, I want to leave you with this, as always. Keep showing up, keep blowing up, keep growing up. God bless.